I really like this new wave of like de-influencing and people doing decluttering and all of this and just trying to live like a less consumerist life with less items. With the job I have now and just how things are going in my life right now, I'm feeling a little more secure and like there are some things that I could stand to let go of. So I'm gonna try to do that. I don't really think I see myself staying in Kansas City forever. It's a really nice place and I like the city and it's good for now, but I want to live a life with less items so that when the time comes to do a move, doing some decluttering and packing up will be a lot less overwhelming and all-consuming like it was this past time that I moved. I have 2 dressers here. For those of you that don't know, I used to be a costume designer. I went to school for costume design for theater. I always have loved clothes and fashion. I have way too many clothes. I need to get rid of a lot of them. And some of them I've been holding on to just because I don't know what to do with them. For example, I've had a bunch of old socks or like missing socks and some old underwear or old bras that I don't wear anymore and I don't really know what to do with them, so I've kind of held on to them so that they could be like emergency socks or underwear or bras. I finally did some research and I found a couple of places where you can recycle some old garments because I don't want to donate them. You know, I don't want to donate these undergarments that are worn or like socks that don't have pairs and things like that. I only want to donate things that I think would be useful for other people. I found a couple places online. One of them is called Smart Wool, and the other one I can't remember, but I will like put information somewhere about them. Here's a box of old underwear, sports bras, and tights, like some tights that I've had that are really ripped or something like that, in this box, and I just need to seal it up and put the shipping label on there, and then I can send this on its way to be recycled, which is great. I have to do a mini sweater tour because my thrifted sweaters are some of my pride and joy. So I'm kind of organizing some things here. I had some sweatshirts on this top shelf, but then I consolidated them into this drawer. I left a little bit of space because I do know that I still have a couple of sweatshirts that are dirty and need to be washed, so that whenever I do laundry again, they'll need to go in this drawer. This is like one of those fisherman wool sweaters. It's so cute. It's like the perfect shade of cream. This vintage wool sweater, so nice. This is also a vintage wool sweater and it is so cute. It is an adorable shade of like peachy pink. It's vintage JCPenney. Look at that, so cute. I have a couple of wool blends as well. I know the lighting is so bad right now because it's like 10 p.m. and I just have overhead light. Whatever though. I don't know, this one's like barely a wool blend, but look at how cute. It has the best pattern ever. It's got like, there's so much going on. There's floral, there's like checker print, there's so many colors, but they all somehow work together. I love this sweater. And it's like a mock neck sort of thing, but it has these buttons on the side. So I like pop a couple of them open so I feel like I can still like breathe. This one is nice and thick. This is a thick sweater. This one, so great. It is like top down sort of knit sweater, the kind where like you can see the pattern connects across here really well. It is like so Christmassy, I think, in like a very muted way, but it's so pretty. Here she is. And this is 64% acrylic, 10% cotton, 10% wool, 7% nylon, 1% other fiber. So a lot of stuff, 10% wool though, so it'll keep you nice and warm. This one is adorable. It's Alfred Dunner. You can tell this shit is vintage because it's a size 3X. This is a 3X. This is a 3X? Are you kidding me? Those are kind of the fun patterned ones. This is a really simple one. It is like also vintage, but look at how cute. Look at this collar. It's like lace and got roses. So cute. It's like a crochet kind of collar thing. Okay, the tights are in. I have so many tights. I've got red, white, brown, a bunch of black tights. A bunch of black tights of varying thickness. So some that are like pretty sheer, some that are like 50% denier or however you say it, and some that are like fleece lined and pretty thick. So I will Hello everyone, I have just about finished getting ready. It is 2 p.m. on a Saturday and I'm going to go to a cafe or a coffee shop and try to do some drawing. You're just hanging out in the sunlight? Hello. The screen on this camera is so small I can't tell if you can see my entire body, but here's the fit. I love this new coat that I just got. I bought it on Poshmark for like $70, which really isn't that bad for a coat this nice. I feel like that's a lot more than I normally would spend on clothes, but I'm getting more into doing like quality over quantity and trying to be like really conscious about the materials of the clothing that I'm buying. This is faux fur, so this is like polyester or something, but this is all leather and secondhand, so very nice. It's a very warm coat, which I need because it is very cold outside, so. Hello, I'm back from the coffee shop. I want to go back out later, but I'm kind of like regrouping right now at my apartment. Oh, Penny. Penny wants to say hi. When I was on my way inside, I stopped by my mailbox for my apartment complex and I got a package. So I ordered some sticker sheets from Sticker Bunnies like a month ago, and they are finally here, so really excited to open them. Penny. Oh my god, they look so cute! I can see them, they look so cute! Wait. Do you want to sniff? Oh god, they're so cute! The little stars and the kitty. Look at the sticker sheet! Here is a trash bag full of things that I have gathered to donate away. I also have this box of dishware stuff. So it's got like a couple bowls, like a couple plates that I don't use, and some tumblers that I just don't use. I've accumulated too much of this kind of stuff. I've had this since I think 2018 or something. It's been kind of a while. Sometimes I feel bad and I get too I'm too hard on myself about my consumerist habits and things that I buy, and then I remember that I actually do use those things. Like, I don't just buy things and let them sit around. Unless they're decor, then, you know, that's the point. But yeah, I've had this for almost like, what, 8 years or something, and now I'm finally giving it away, and I definitely used it. Like, I remember using this a lot in college, but not so much anymore, which is why it is time to give it away. Only give things away that are still useful. Don't just give away trash, because people shopping at thrift stores deserve better than that, no matter what their income or socioeconomic status is. Hello, I have returned from Savers. I know it is probably counterintuitive to go to the thrift store and go shopping whenever you go drop off things. I just bought like a couple of things from Savers. I bought this skirt. It's like a business casual kind of skirt. And I think that is fine because for my full-time job, sometimes I have to dress in business casual. I have a conference coming up in May, and so that's what this is for. You know. And then I bought this t-shirt. It's just a green t-shirt with an embroidered fish in the corner. It says Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I've never been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, but I love
like, I like t-shirts that look like that have like embroidered animals and stuff like that on them. My brother has this one shirt that says, it has an embroidered cicada on there, and it says, I survived the cicada invasion of 2001 or something like that. I love that shirt. I wish I had that shirt. He says it's like one of his most complimented shirts that he wears, and I want to steal it from him. Things like that. And this is the last thing I bought. It is like a fanny pack type of thing, but it has a water bottle holder and then a bag, which is I think is so cute and useful. You wear this and you go out on a little walk, and you don't have to hold your water bottle or have it like strapped across from you. It's just on your hip, and you have a bag for like your phone or your little snacks or something. And it's cute. I like the color. I'm a big fan of like forest green. But yeah, I only got a couple things, so I don't feel too bad about that. Oh, also, this is the fit for today. It's just this dress. It's a really big dress that I got from the thrift store I used to work at in Kansas City. But yeah, it's got pockets, and it's got this really cute collar. And then the earrings I have are very cute. They are handmade clay earrings. It was an artist in Knoxville from whenever I lived there. I'm struggling to remember. I'm gonna look for them and I'm gonna put their information somewhere, but I love their work, and I've had these clay earrings for I think like 3 years, and I still wear them all the time, so big fan. I recently made a poster for the art and craft supply swap that I'm working on with a friend of mine, and I printed out little mini versions of it, and I just cut them out, and I'm gonna get ready to go to different like coffee shops and stuff and try to put them up, spread the word. I'm kind of nervous. I've never like gone to places just to put up a poster. I have to resist the urge to like buy something from every place, I think, because I feel like it's okay to go somewhere just to put up a poster, but I don't know, I'm scared. I'm actually really happy with the way this poster turned out. I think it's super cute. I made it with like collage pieces. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find the original one. Okay, this is the original poster. I added most of the text on Photoshop, but if you can see, like, I don't know how well you can see the texture and everything, but everything is like glued on. I have these letter stamps, and I stamped these out, the art and craft supply swap, and kind of cut them out individually and pasted them on. And this is from like a magazine that I cut out, and this was from an old newspaper. These envelopes that are super old and very cool. They have a bunch of really fun, like, textured paper. I'd been wanting to get into collage for a really long time. I've always wanted to make things that I feel like are cool enough to be on like an indie band poster, and this was my attempt at that, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it's simple, but it's cute. I tried something a little more complicated at first, but I ended up settling on this because I think it needs to be simple enough that it's legible once you put all the text and everything on there. And there was a decent amount of information that I wanted to share on the posters. Currently consolidated some... Yes? Okay. Oh no, you're gonna snag my tights. Okay, I did ignore my clothes hamper, but I did sell some sweaters and some clothes, and I was able to consolidate all of the things that I had in this dresser to this shelf, which is really cool. So now I'm gonna try to sell this dresser, and then I was able to just squeeze all the sweaters that I have into these two middle shelves, and all my tights are in that bin. It's a little messy, but you know. And I know I have a lot of sweaters. Like, I know sweatshirts and sweaters, like it's a lot of them, but what can I say? I really like sweaters.